Hi, I'm Nancy J. with a very, very special celebrity spotlight. My guest, Rick Shaw Jr. You know him as Tiny Rick, and you gotta hand it to him. He has his finger on the pulse of today's fingerboarding youth. Thank you so much for being with us. This is an exclusive. You haven't done any interviews before, have you?
Yeah, you know, some people talk the talk, but I finger the finger. Not really into plugging stuff, but when the exchange calls, you handle up, bruh.
I want to know how you got into fingerboarding.
It's more like, you know, when wasn't I on a board, you know? This British dude, he just did a docy on me. It's on the exchange Facebook page. I think we have a thumbnail.
From a young age, Tiny Rick took to the streets, armed with only his trusty tech deck.
You know, back in the day, it was tough being a skater. Everyone was wearing a sequin glove, or flicking paper footballs, but I knew skating was for me. There's more of that, so like it, you know?
Tell me a little bit about your traveling. I mean, do you have a handler?
Yeah, his name's Lefty. We go all over, shredding at special events, thumbprint sessions. He keeps me out of trouble, you know, especially with the ladies. Yeah, except for that one little girl from Hanover.
I hope you don't mind getting kind of personal, but I heard that you had a relationship with Thumbelina.
Yeah, we had an on-again, off-again kind of thing, but we grew apart because, you know, she's more narrow-minded than me, you know.
Tiny Rick, how do you relax?
Boarding is all I know, so just shredding in the old neighborhood, hanging with the old crew, keeping it real, that's where it's at for me. I don't mind a little finger dipping, though.
What do your parents think? And who are they?
Mom was a hand model. Dad sold watches, you know, for your wrist, not pocket, but door-to-door and stuff. Yeah, it was, you know, pretty typical stuff. They knew I didn't want to follow in their fingertips.
The amazing thing about your career is that it has just grown to, you're basically a mogul. I think that's maybe a good way to describe you. Let's talk about your music career. CDs, music videos, tell me everything.
I've always dug the tunes, yeah, you know, so it was time to hit the studio and lay down some smoking tracks. I realized I had a lot to say, and I said it into a microphone and recorded it, you know? It's called master skating. The album drops next month, and I'll be slapping some jams on a world tour that starts at the Palms Casino in Vegas, then to Palm Springs, Palm Beach, and then, you know, maybe back to Hanover to see the ladies. Tickets still available.
And of course, everybody else wants to know. Mittens or gloves?
What do you wear, Nancy?
I think you're flirting with me.
Haha, maybe, Nance, maybe. Want my digits?
Well, I've got to tell you, Tiny Rick, you are an inspiration. I have interviewed every celebrity around, but you by far, hands down, are my favorite. Thank you so much. And remember, you owe me a thumbprint.
Nancy.
And I want for you to look for Tiny Rick wherever gloves are sold. That was fun. Knuckles? That's great.